Are Froot Loops different flavors?
No. Yes. Why did I answer that so fast?
I don't know. Tell me more.
They are. No, they just, what do you want me to tell you? They are.
Okay. So you're telling me that like the green Froot Loop and like the red Fruit Loop are like different. They taste different.
That's my favorite cereal, by the way.
Okay.
I only eat Froot Loops and Frosted Flakes. So, fun fact about me. At least to me, they taste.
Hey, yo.
What up?
Welcome back. Episode 41 of the Half a Nose podcast.
The Roman Harper edition.
Baby! I love that you went there because I was actually thinking the same thing. And then in my head, I felt bad because I was like, oh, we got to go Alvin Kamara, right? Like, you got to.
You know what? He wasn't even on my
You
mind.
didn't even think about it? Oh, come on. The disrespect.
Well, because we usually try to do, like, legends, I guess, is the best way to.
The legendary Roman Harper.
Yeah.
Shout out to the neck.
Yeah, and the Grays.
Yeah. My man was great at 23 years
Right.
old. What a rough life. What was he stressed about? I'm going to
for
start
the Saints.
playing for the Saints.
Yeah.
He won a fucking Super Bowl. Come on. I want to start. So last week, I thought it was a good episode. I think other people gave us good feedback. It was a good episode. But we really just talked like baseball. And then we talked basketball. We got really like more analytical.
And then went
or
back
like,
to baseball.
Yeah, like or it wasn't even analytical. We just got more like in-depth into sports topics, which is fun, but it's not funny. And I like to have fun while I'm talking. So we're going to do a little bit more like games and shit like we used to do tonight. And we'll talk sports at some point, I'm sure. But I want to start tonight with a fun fact. I haven't even brought this up. I didn't even say this to you. This was actually brought on because somebody randomly tweeted me something about a Wienermobile. And I was like, what the fuck? That's such a random fact. So then I went and looked up fun facts. If you want to know the Wienermobile fact, I'll share that in a minute. It's stupid. But fun fact, did you know that amusement parks were invented to distract Americans from hedonistic behaviors?
Is this a conspiracy theory or a fact?
No, it's a fact. Hold on. So let me read this story here. So roller coasters. I'm sorry, not theme parks. Roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin. In the 1880s, hosiery businessman Lamarcus Thompson hated that Americans were tempted by hedonistic places like saloons and brothels. So he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places he could think of, Coney Island in New York.
Shout out to him, I guess. I mean,
there you go. I don't think it worked. I'm going to be honest with you.
I like roller coasters.
I like roller coasters too, but, you know, I also am a sinner, and I am going to sin again.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my fun fact for the day.
Lovely.
Yeah, any thoughts on that?
No, I just said him. I like roller coasters. I enjoy theme parks, so shout out to him, but also what you said.
Yeah. Speaking of, theme parks have actually just become a place of sin. Like I saw a video today where there was, you see these all the time, and I feel bad. It makes me kind of laugh. I used to work in Disney. I see Disney stories all the time. Something came across my feed today where it was like two families just like brawling in Disney World because they got mad at each other. Like, what is happening?
That happens like 3 times a year.
It happens all the time
at least
now.
the video comes out 3 times a year.
This was a new one. I hadn't seen this one before. I know. It's crazy. Like, I don't, and I guess I get it because like I've been on vacation there. I've worked there. There's so much pressure on the parents to like this to be a good vacation, and like you stress about like you have to be happy. You know, the whole mystique of whatever Disney is. You have to be happy, right? It has to be a good time. You have to do everything you want to do, which I don't ever do that. I'm a go with the flow type of guy, because if you set expectations on anything in life, message, you set expectations on anything in life, you're gonna be disappointed. That's the first way to be unhappy. So that's all I got.
Preach, brother.
Yeah. You want to end the podcast now, or you just want to keep going?
Let's go.
Shout out Jimmy Buckets. We talked about him last week. Game 1 just closed.
Hemi Butler.
My man's killing it. Killing it. Like,
yeah. Him and whoever else is on that team. We were just watching, and we could, I guess, only because of last episode, I can name the players on the team.
Right.
But they're running down the court, and I can't tell you who's who. Outside of Bam, I can't tell you a single. I'd be able to point out Kevin Love if he was on the court, and Kyle Lowry and Hero if he wasn't hurt. But other than that, I don't think I can tell you. Like, thought Gabe Vincent was Max Strus for a minute there.
They don't even almost look the same.
There's a Caleb Martin. Like,
yeah, Caleb Martin hit that 3, and I was like,
hey, there's Gabe Vincent.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is at all. No, but shout out them. I mean, and then freaking Jason Tatum, who we don't have to launch into this conversation, turns it over twice down the stretch. Everybody looks at him as this like clutch player who's, you know, the next coming. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I firmly am in the camp that Brandon Ingram is the same, if not better, than a guy like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum just walked into a great situation.
Well, the difference is BI shows up when it matters in the playoffs.
In the playoffs? Well, you can't. Okay.
Tatum had that. He had one game.
It was game 7, and he scored over 50.
Right. But maybe if he would have showed up in 1 through 6, they wouldn't have had to go to 7.
That's fair. All right.
Like, yeah, no, great player. Probably, top 5 in the league, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know what's funny is I started by saying I thought Brandon Ingram was better. And then basically just based on your one comment, I jumped to the other side because it's just my natural reaction to be like, and argue with you.
I think Tatum's probably a little bit better, but I think it's fair to look at players from the regular season and then look at them differently. Like, you could say BI is a better playoff player than Tatum, but also think Tatum is a better regular season player. Like Bam, great during the regular season, but he's not that great at all in the postseason.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, we don't have to. I mean, we talked
we
basketball last week. We talked playoffs last week. I know you're not even watching right now.
That was the first 2 minutes I watched.
Yeah. I just had it on, man. I just turned it on. I got home from the gym. Shout out. It's the reason why I'm sitting in 80-degree weather in a hoodie and pants. I'm letting the world know that I'm a gym bro. So get with it. I'm wearing the flats. You know, it was leg day. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, toot my own home for a second. Now I'm drinking margaritas. So balance.
I got nothing for that.
No, balance. I tiptoe a fine line, and it's.
I've had a very unhealthy day food-wise. It just kind of naturally turned into a cheat day. It started with first off, my house has turned into a CC's. Shout out. So now, like, every coffee I make has sweet cold foam on top of it. I bought some white chocolate drizzle today.
I love it.
To throw on top of that. I had to go to Quista Paces, which right across the street is Bear, so I went get me a po' boy for lunch.
Shout out Bears.
Dude, Bears at po' boys are elite. To me, that's the best ones I've had.
On the North Shore, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. It's hands down.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, yeah, I had that. Then maybe another coffee with with the cold foam on top. And now I'm drinking, so it's been great.
There you go. Barracuda.
I also had some crawfish pasta.
Nice.
What a day.
What a day.
I hit a parlay for like $150.
Oh, so you're celebrating.
Yeah, it's a great day.
It's all a wash now. See, that's how my brain works. You do one thing, right? One thing. You give me one thing to celebrate, and I'm like, let's go. We can do whatever we want now. I don't care. There's no repercussions. None. Zero.
I love it.
I had pasta for dinner. Not crawfish pasta, but just like red sauce and pasta. Just a basic-ass quick meal I threw together. But it was protein pasta, so I felt good about it. That's it.
Nice.
We'll move past that.
Okay.
Do we have any actual topics tonight?
I don't think so.
We're sitting here bullshitting, and I'm like, wait a minute. We haven't actually talked about anything.
We have topics.
We do.
They're not. If you're asking if we have sports things to talk about, who cares?
I mean, yeah, who effing knows? That's
And
not
who
what we're
effing cares?
about. Like, this is a variety. Read the description. Anybody who just found us, shout out to all our new followers, listeners, all that stuff. Anybody who just found us, yes, we talk sports. Yes, we're big Pelicans fans. You may have found us through that route. We're probably most known in the Pelican space, but like we talk about
space.
Or the Tulane space. Yeah, definitely the Tulane space. We talk about everything. Like we will end up talking about sports, but really we're just gonna bullshit. I'm a big I like making fancy cocktails. We like coffee. We like food. So we're gonna talk about all that nonsense and just have fun with it. You know, life. We're dads.
Right, especially this time of year when
right.
local teams are out. Like, sure, we could talk a lot of national sports, but, I mean, who wants to hear about my Knights? 4 wins away from the finals.
I'm going to be honest with you, absolutely no one.
Exactly, so let's keep it moving.
No, they might. I don't know. I'm sure there's hockey fans out there. I have a friend that follows us that's a hockey fan. I think he's a Blues fan, though, so totally different.
Cool.
There you go. Moving on. Lifelong Panthers fan, by the way. We're still in it.
There you go. We need the Panthers Knights final just for the hell of the podcast.
Everybody knows I have followed the Panthers since their inception.
I'm gonna make you a deal. If the Panthers win the Stanley Cup Finals, I will buy you a shirt or a hat of your choice.
I can't name one person, coach, anything.
That's all right.
I don't even know where they play. It's like South Florida, I think.
It's Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out. Okay, I can get behind that. That's cool. So the Miami Panthers. It sounds sexier when you say it like that. Is it Miami or is it like a suburb? It's probably like a suburb.
I think it is.
That's fair. We can move on.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have talked about hockey way longer than I ever wanted to, and what are we at? Like a minute? we can keep it moving. In the swing of baseball season, I just put an article out there. Basically just letting you guys know baseball's fun again. We talked about it last week. It's fun again.
I'm glad one of us is still writing and contributing.
Yeah, you got to randomly do it, you know. But I bring that up because I did want to call attention to Aaron Judge. Looking back before hitting a home run, odd.
Well, so since then the pitcher came out and said he was tipping pitches.
Okay.
So it wasn't odd to me. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's weird. I mean, the guy just hit, 62 last year?
Oh, for sure.
So, and it's not like he was hitting home runs out of nowhere, right? So it was a little odd. But I kind of just like brushed it off. But then the next day, the pitcher gets caught having like the stuff on his hands. So then I'm like,
what's happening in New York?
Yeah, right. So I was getting kind of iffy, and then the pitcher came out and said he was tipping pitches, which weird to look at the dugout still. I guess I don't know. Like, is that cheating if the pitcher's tipping pitches and the coach is like?
I don't think it is. I had a couple of thoughts, right? I mean, I go back to Little League, right? Like, if a coach notices that some guy is doing something a certain way every time and he gives you a heads up, that's not cheating. That's just baseball. Like, if you figure it out, good on you. And the same, like, I look at it even deeper, like, if he has enough hand-eye coordination and reaction time and all that to be able to, in the middle of the pitcher's windup, to look back and then look back at the pitcher and still follow that ball coming in and then hit it over the fucking fence, like,
yeah,
kudos.
That's
I can't do it.
That's crazy. So on that note, have you ever seen on Instagram, this is how I found out about it, there's a game for the Oculus. It's called Win Reality, and it's supposed to be like a baseball training thing for hitters.
Yeah.
And they use it in like the college level and high school level and everything.
I feel like we talked about this, but keep going because
So basically, you put the little thing on the controller on the bat, and you can pick your pitcher, anything from like the lowest age of when pitching starts to you can actually download like MLB pitchers on there, right?
I thought you were going to tell me I could bat against like a 12-year-old.
No, you can.
Oh, nice.
You can. So
my brother's
my brother's a freshman in high school, and my mom got it for him to help him train. And I go over there for my sister's graduation this weekend, and I know he had it, and I've been waiting to try it. So I get there, I'm like, Dylan, set me up on this thing. So he sets me up. We couldn't actually use the bat. I had to just use the controller, which is a little bit more awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But he sets me up at first against like a 12-year-old, basically. And it took me a couple to like get the feel for it, and then I'm like lighting this 12-year-old up, right? Then he puts me up against a high school pitcher, and in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, we about to cook this guy. Dude was throwing me breaking sliders, had me looking foolish on this fucking app. Like I was falling over almost.
So that,
like, if you think you could hit, and this thing's pretty accurate. Granted, like I said, didn't have the bat. He told me it's a lot better with the bat, like a lot more accurate. But if you think you could just go out there and hit an 80-mile-an-hour fastball, like up and in, you're dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough because the older you get and the better the pitchers get at hiding. I guess if you're tipping a pitch, it's different. But the better the pitchers get at disguising what pitch is coming. The second I hit high school and guys could hit me with an 80-mile-an-hour fastball and then come back and hit me with a 76-mile-an-hour curveball, I was like, fuck.
You know what? This sport is not for me.
Yeah. Like, I can hit a curveball. Don't get me wrong. I've played men's softball enough. That's all you see. But they're also coming 40 miles an hour. So,
yeah, I had a guy, like the last maybe 3 years I played travel ball, and this is like before Katrina. He actually ended up playing for the Twins,
Nice.
And he was on my travel team, and I had to go against batting practice against him. And at that age, he was throwing like 70, 80. I'm like, this game is not for me. I could field with the best of them.
Yeah.
But once I got to that, I was like, I'm not ever hitting this. Like, it's time to play another sport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
Love this game, but I don't think it's for me to play.
it's funny because I said it last week. Like, baseball was my first love. I grew up absolutely like enamored with baseball. Playing the travel ball. It was before like real travel ball, like before like what they do now. But I can remember like All-Star and like travel ball and all. Like I was obsessed with it, dude. And like I felt silly if I was just playing the intramural ball at the playground. Like if I was just playing in like the little 4-team league, I was like, dude, I suck. Like what is happening? I loved it. And then like high school changed. It was like, nope, I'm football. I love football. Let's do football.
Make it to high school. Like junior high hit, and I was like, nah, let's go to football. That was the first time I ever played football. Not like, for fun. Obviously, I played it, but on a team was junior high. But yeah, shout out to Andro Couture.
Andro Couture. Out there listening, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I think
let's get together.
Retired like last year. So
throw my man a slider, see if he can hit it.
Fuck that. Anyway, that's enough baseball for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it is. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We should just start a baseball podcast.
I think we should.
Maybe. Anybody who doesn't watch on YouTube is gonna be like, "Why'd they get quiet there?"
Right.
But no. And then I guess that is enough baseball. But like, it's kind of funny how like you transition, right? Like, so did the baseball thing, realized it wasn't for me, ended up in football, and then really after high school, like I played flag football forever. But for some reason, I just gravitated to basketball, and then became obsessed with basketball. And I'm 6'3". I wish at 10. I would have decided, hey, I'm not going to be a 300-pound 12-year-old one day because I was a fat kid. I'll be honest with you. That's why I ended up playing football. I wish I would have dedicated myself to actually playing basketball and like dribbling because, man, I would have loved that. It is what it is. Can't go back. No regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. Do you want your topics or you?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Let me see. I know you had some stuff. We're going to mine first.
Mine right in front of me. If you want to do them,
Start with yours.
All right, first thing I had. If you had to pick one of your teams to win a championship, which one would it be? So start by telling me your teams. You really only football and basketball, right?
I'm going Florida Panthers all day. No, I'm joking. I guess you could say I am like pure fandom. Like yes, we're going basketball and football, but collegiate football as well. I mean, Tulane is very high up there. And I think that it's not fair if I put them in the discussion because I'm obviously going to pick them because it would be nuts.
Put them in the discussion.
Well,
that's fair.
That's the team I'm going with, and I'm going with the Tulane Green Wave in college football, and it's just because like the shock the world factor there, the Cinderella story that would be the wildest ride. Like this year, the 12-2 year was a crazy ride. The 98 season, which I was young, I was really young. Was it in 98? Yeah, 98. That was a wild ride. Like that was when I kind of first got into it. I was 10 years old. Like I was a little boy. What were you, like 3? You don't even have a mic on him. It's fine. I like to mess with him. I'm the old man of the group. So, anytime I can call attention to my wisdom, I like to bring that out. Wisdom, Grays. Shout out Roman Harper. Full circle. And we're back.
Anyway.
What you got?
So, I kind of wanted to say Tulane too. But for the sake of being different, right? And I don't think that would be my first pick because I love Tulane,
right?
But like they're not even my number one college team,
right?
So I would probably say, I think I would say the Pels.
Really? I mean, like I get it, but
because like every season it's move this team, like they don't have a fan base, like. Let the Pels win a championship and watch that parade.
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel, I just want to be legitimized, right? Like, that's, it also, like, to me, a Super Bowl is the best thing to win. Like, that's just me because I love football. Mm-hmm. Football's my favorite sport. But the Saints have one. It's been a while, right? We've experienced with them.
Right.
Like, I want to feel that as a basketball fan. Like, make people respect the Pelicans.
I
Right?
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's so. If I wasn't gonna have Tulane in the discussion, it was definitely gonna be Pels. My reasoning slightly different. It's similar. I mean, those are definitely like fair points. And you said it too. Like we've already seen the Saints. Like I rode that wave. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was like one of the most memorable things in my life, to be honest. Like that was such a crazy story and time. I can remember people getting emotional and like crying and like I got emotional. It was insane. But like if it happened again, I don't think I would have that same level of emotion. You know, you were the loser forever, and then you break through and you become champions, and it's like, you know, the whole pigs have flown, hell is frozen over. Like we felt like that. It was like, holy shit, this actually happened.
Right, and it's not like we went back to being like bottom feeders.
Right.
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 Like we've been one of the best teams in the league for however, like what, 7-9 is our worst record probably.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually looked this up earlier. In the past 25 years,
That's why you're arguing with somebody.
Yeah, some Giants fan who was like, "Oh, you're a poverty franchise, and like you guys are losers." And I was like, "Dude, do you know your team? Like, I get that you've won Super Bowls, but like, have you seen your record in the last 2 decades?" I think they're like the 22nd overall team in the last. Anyways, the Saints are like 11th, I think, which was not like amazing, but I mean, if you bring it even like shorter term, like 15 years or 10 years, like I think they're like top 5 or something like that. Like it's something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Sean had to be like one of the most winningest
Yeah.
head coaches in that time frame.
Yeah, I mean, he saw.
Tomlin, Belichick, and Tomlin are probably 1 and 2 if I had to guess, because Tomlin's never had a losing year.
I'd have to look it up.
Belichick's got to be number 1.
The Packers are up there.
That's
Kansas
true.
City's
Yeah.
up there. Like, you know, obviously the Patriots are up there.
Yeah, so I think I'd take the Pels, and honestly, like nobody's gonna relate to this. I'd probably take Miami as a second one, because I'm getting into that Dallas Cowboy range where it's since 2001 or 3 or 4, whatever the last one was. Like it's been 20 plus years now where I'm like,
You mean the Marlins, right? I'm assuming.
no, the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes?
Yeah, I
okay.
need the national
Well,
championship.
didn't the Marlins also win a World Series in like.
Yeah, but so like I'm a Marlins fan, but
Okay.
it's like Rangers.
I wanted to make sure to
Marlins.
confirm like
Yeah,
what we're talking about. here.
Miami Hurricanes. Sorry,
Okay.
football, because it's getting to that point where it's like it's been so long. I get hit with the same things Cowboys fans get hit with. Like, there's all the history in Miami, but it's like bottom feeder since then, right?
Yeah, like
so
it's not relevant anymore.
yeah, so it'd be them. And honestly, like Vegas is right there, the Knights for me now. Like I love hockey.
But I mean, they won. What, like 3 years
We've
ago?
never won.
Oh no, they
We
went.
went.
They went. Okay.
Right, I had a taste of being there the first year, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. So like, it'd be between them and the Rangers probably as like my top 3,
Okay.
because the Rangers also got close 2 years in a row, 1 out away, 2 years in a row.
Do you want to fly out to Vegas if?
Dude, don't even tempt me. I'm already
me an excuse.
trying. My cousin-in-law is a Stars fan, and they're playing the Stars this round, and I already texted him. I'm like, and like his family gets tickets to all the games, like right on the ice.
Right.
I'm like,
How
what we got to do? Like,
So, I've never even been to a hockey game.
Me either.
I have heard.
outside of the brass.
Really?
Outside of the brass.
So that surprises me because I have actually heard from fans and people that I've worked with in sports before. We'd gone to all kinds of games, right? And they have all told me hockey games, even at like a AAA or whatever you want to call it. I can say AAA because I work AAA baseball, but like at a minor league level, are one of the most fun things that you can do.
So my mom and my stepdad, either last year or the year before, went to the Predators game
Yeah.
in Nashville. My
Shout out
mom
Preds.
has never seen hockey in her life. She was calling the puck the ball the entire game, but she said it was the most fun she's ever had.
Yeah.
Like, and she's been to like good Saints games. Now, and my mom doesn't care about sports at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for her to be like, this was a blast, tells me everything I need to know. And then they got this team in Baton Rouge that's been playing.
Ice
coming,
Gators or something like
that. I've actually played with those guys at the Wharf before. Fun fact. But
Shout out.
they, like,
Fun fact. That's going to be a new episode. We're going to do that every
Yeah.
week. Get ready.
So, like, my buddy went to those, and he said that was a blast. And like you're saying, that's minor league hockey. And I don't really remember the brass games. I was too young. I know I
never
went,
went.
but I don't remember.
I never went. Didn't the Dudley Boys go to one? I have a
know.
friend who told me a story, and I'm gonna butcher this. But the Dudley Boys went to one of the hockey games when they were still the Brass, and like put the mascot through a table or some shit.
That's awesome.
Like, how awesome is that?
I love that.
It's phenomenal. I would have loved to have been
Speaking of the Dudley Boys, you coming to SmackDown or what?
We'll see.
All right.
No lie, I looked up the SmackDown roster earlier because I was gonna make fun of you. My first reaction, it's tough because it's Twitter, and I actually have like some workers from the past and currently that follow me, and like I don't want to be such an asshole on Twitter, even though like it's a joke. So I kind of tiptoe a fine line, but my initial reaction was gonna be like, "What a fucking loser! I'm not going to SmackDown." And then I was gonna retweet
it's
and be
just because. So, for some context, and then we can go to the next thing. Me and my buddy want to go because we both work in New Orleans. We're already going to be out there. It's $20 for a ticket.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, let's go drink and go to go to SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I can't even say it. I'm fucking
Raw,
LA Knight.
because I watch more now. Like Raw has the better roster. They got all the guys that have the songs you sing along to and everything.
SmackDown has LA Knight, bro.
That's true.
I looked it up, so I was like, will I actually care? Because I went to SmackDown years ago, 7 years ago. I was going to take my son, or I took my son. My son didn't really care. By the way, guys, I'm going to bartend in front of you and make another drink. I bought everything pre-made. I went 6-7 years ago, and it was when the modern day Maharaja was the world champion. I can't even think of his fucking name right now. And it was just lame. Like it wasn't fun at all. But now I'm a little more into it, I think. I mean, we had this talk with Devin when Devin was here. And it was like, I don't know. Like it's up and down for me. But I do like LA Knight. He's on the SmackDown roster. Roman Reigns is on the SmackDown roster. Like there's people that I could get excited about. I don't know if I would be super excited, but I'll go get drunk. I went to AEW and had a fucking blast.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a Friday night. It's $20. You go drink. If you don't like it, you can leave and just go hang out in the city, right?
Yeah. So, and that's exactly
like it's a Friday night. We're definitely gonna just make a night out of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit what's going on, like at the matches. I just want to go have some drinks. I was really hoping it would be Raw so that I could do like Seth Rollins' song and all of that.
That would have been fun.
Right. But who cares, man? Maybe I'll go. I don't even know who's on SmackDown right now. Roman doesn't work anymore, so you're not going to get to see him probably.
Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't even watched SmackDown. It's not a show I typically watch, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably go. I just have to tell the wife, hey, I'm going to SmackDown without you. She's like, no, I want to go. My wife actually likes wrestling. She'll make fun of me the whole time. So we have this running thing in the house. I went to a Wildcat Wrestling show. Shout out Wildcat Wrestling, local. I always shout out local folks, which I'm going to do more in a second here because I'm making a drink and I'm going to shout out his shirt. Shout out to them. I went to that show. Some people in the crowd. We're in a bar. It was the coolest show ever. Like they're fighting through a crowd. They do like shots at the bar while they're like wrestling. Like it was crazy.
I love that.
But these dudes that are next to me like randomly tap me and they're like, hey, dude, you know who you look like? Did I tell you this story?
I feel like you sent it in our group chat.
Fucking what is his name? I'm losing it now. I can't remember his name. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Wrestler?
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah, Austin Theory. They're like, you look like Austin Theory. So like I told my wife and she's like, holy shit, you kind of do. And I was like, babe, I am like fat. He's like jacked. And she's like, that's not what I mean. So anyways, I started looking at him. I'm like, maybe we watch WrestleMania and my daughter watches Austin Theory come out. No lie, without any prompting. And she's like, it's you, daddy. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me right now.
I've never seen somebody get told that they look like somebody more than you.
I don't get it.
And it's so many people. It's Austin Theory. My buddy, when we first started this, like the third episode was like, he looks like Dylan Scott.
I've heard that before too.
The Devin just tweeting us, saying you look like the Billboard guy. Like, it's so many people.
I got a familiar face. It's a familiar face.
And
it's
the crazy thing is, you look like all of them.
I do
it's the beard.
actually.
It's the beard. That's all it is.
It probably is. It's the beard and the big lips. When you combine the two, people get weird.
Well, the Billboard guy had the glasses.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
That did it.
I don't even wear glasses like that.
No.
Like, I wear glasses on the podcast because I'm at home bumming all day. If you ever catch me out in public, like if I'm at dinner, if I'm at a bar, if I'm like going out for the night, I'm normally wearing contacts. I'm dressed totally different. You're going to be like, I don't even know who this guy is. This isn't the same guy. Yeah. I'm bougie, remember? We talked about this.
Yeah, bougie. What's your drink?
Shout out. Actually, I'm about to make that drink. Shout out Bar Revs. You're going to watch me make a drink here, margarita. We went to Bar Reps for a podcast we did with
Maddie,
and it was a lot of fun. They were great people. They just had a party recently. Andrew is good people.
Andrew Rodriguez.
Yeah. Shout out them. Talk about them a little bit while I do this.
Yeah, man. Andrew is that's one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. Not to get mushy here, right? But that's one of the best guys I ever met. Awesome bartender, one best bartender in New Orleans. Maybe had to be close to 10 years ago now. Met him at a bar on Royal Street. Became close friends ever since. Now he's got his own place. It's like 4401 Airline, something like that. I think it's the address of it.
Subway on Clearview.
Yeah, Subway on Clearview because they can't hear you. So go check it out, man. It's a cool little bar, cool little spot. On Mondays, I think they do free red beans.
They do.
I've seen. Yeah, just
they
cool
do.
Little chill spot. They put all the games on when there's a big sporting event.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, tell them we sent you. Definitely, they're always doing fun stuff over there. They had opening day celebrations. They have Pelicans game celebrations. I'm sure they'll do Saints stuff. They do LSU stuff all the time. They have Tulane stuff in there.
We'll probably go back there again.
I will definitely go back there. They do red beans on Mondays. I feel like they're from Shortstop. It's the red beans from Shortstop. So anybody likes Shortstop po' boys, they come from there. We're plugging the shit out of this bar right now, and they didn't even ask us to, but they're cool people.
Go get a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you still got them, but he's got shirts and hats. Go get one.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, we can move on. This is a spicy margarita, in case anybody was wondering. I already had it pre-made. I made it inside. I knew I was going to have two, so.
Yeah. What you got? You had a couple
brought
topics.
It out to pour. You know what? You got to give me a second. Didn't you have one more?
I did. You want me to get into that?
No, you know what? We're going to make our fans wait here, and I'm going to bring up my one topic. So I had a question, and I wanted to ask you this. I gave, for everybody out there that has watched previous episodes, I like to hit him with random questions, and then he gets upset because he's like, dude, you got to give me time to think about this.
It's just not good content. I'm thinking of the fans here. You know
it's
what I mean?
funny to me. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We are not brothers, by the way, for anybody that's wondering. What is something you never expected that you wouldn't want to live without once you had it? I may have worded it different when I texted you. But
well, so you gave me this, and so what I tried to do was think of like something small and random, right? Because like I could say like my Apple Watch, but that's not a fun answer, right?
Yeah.
So and Courtney will vouch for this. I am like super OCD about everything in my house, like needing to be perfect, like perfectly centered.
Yeah.
Sorry, something popped up about the Warriors doing something. I thought they were like fire their coach.
Let me find out.
Anyway, so I'm like super OCD about things. Like things have to be perfect. When I fold my clothes, right, it takes me forever, or it took me forever. And it's because like they got to be folded perfectly, like the right way. So those things in the stores, like the department stores, they have the clothes folders.
Yeah.
I bought one.
I like that actually.
I bought it, and granted, it still takes me forever. Just takes me less forever, right? But now they're all perfectly folded. Like Courtney stopped folding my clothes. She just leaves them on the bed because like they got to be right. Because she's literally folding them for me.
Yeah.
And like bless her heart, I'll do all of them because they're just not right for me. So I bought that. That's probably like the smallest thing that I've bought that I can't go back to the old way anymore.
I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that because I hate folding clothes. But it needs to be done, and one of my pet peeves is when clothes get left on a dresser or something like that. And I feel like if I had one of those things, I would probably just be like, oh yeah, like let's get this out of the way. Let me do it real quick.
So it hasn't made me fold them more. They still sit there sometimes. So like I don't know if you're the same way. I probably wear like the same 12 shirts. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I wear the same clothes over and over.
Like
I have a bunch, but like
like we don't go out that often for me to really get dressed up. Like I wear basketball shorts and T-shirts all the time, and it's usually the same ones.
I think if you watch the podcast, which you do because you're here with us, you've probably seen all of my outfits.
Yeah.
I wear the same 10 shirts. I wear like little short shorts and, show off my legs, and that's that.
Yeah, it does, and it doesn't make me really fold them. It makes me fold them a little bit faster. But like she will still tell you it's like a waste of time because she folds them in 30 seconds, right?
Right.
I gotta they still gotta be like perfectly on the little thing, and then you're good. But yeah.
Side note, still a story, and it's related to this. I was proud of myself today. So and this actually gets into what mine's gonna be. We washed clothes today, and I'm taking them out of the dryer. We, sometimes we leave them in the dryer, we'll leave them in the washer, or whatever. Everybody does it, and we get lazy, and you have to rewash them or whatever. Anyways, didn't do that. Washed them, dried them. Not only did I dry them, it was towels. While I was taking them out, I actually folded them while I was taking them out.
How do you fold your towels?
So I'm crazy. We're probably the same because I heard your story just now. So I literally will, like, most of my towels have like this little bar at the end. And I have to have it to where it's like in threes, and the bar is like facing up.
Trifold?
I guess that's what you call it. Yeah.
Like
I fold it. I fold it in half.
Boom.
I fold it in half, and then I almost I fold it in three. I guess. I don't know. I'd have to have one.
I go half and then half to half.
Yeah. So and then I do like three, like boom, boom, and the line has to be on top, and then stack it because I'm nuts.
I went through a phase where I rolled them. Just way too much work. Looks great.
I almost did that.
Looks
for a while.
great, but way too much work.
Yeah. But, so, side note, or getting back to the topic, guys, mine, the thing that I really can't live without, that I didn't know that I couldn't live without, and now I'm, like, looking at numbers, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay for this, but I'm gonna because I fucking love it. Having someone clean your house.
I should have known that's what caused this
Having yeah, dude, like, so we had someone come out and clean our house, and I was a little, not apprehensive, because I'm not worried about anything. But I was kind of like, this is something I should do, right? Like, I shouldn't have to pay someone
That's
to do
how
this.
I feel about having somebody cut my grass.
Yeah.
Like, it's something so simple that you should do it. Go ahead.
So I feel like it's something I should do. Anyways, my wife had put in to win a competition or win an award, whatever, win one of those giveaways, which we just did a giveaway. Shout out Jovenile for doing a re-giveaway. If anybody wants to win the Pels jersey, go follow Jovenile, follow us, retweet that shit. Anyways, back to my story. My wife won a giveaway for a house cleaning, and they're like, hey, like, you won up to X amount of dollars. That's like X amount of hours. If you want to do a deep clean, it's like 1 hour more. You can pay this much money. And it's like a friend of hers, and they're great. And they're on my Twitter, so if you want to know who they are, go check my Twitter. But, like, so we went for the deep clean. We went for the extra hour, and we come home afterwards, and I'm just like, this is like heaven. Like, I would have never gone this thorough. Like, this is amazing. Like, so my son's room is a mess. Like, he comes over, his clothes are everywhere. They don't even fit him anymore. They're just sitting in a pile randomly, balled up. Shit's everywhere. They organized everything, stacked everything, made his bed, cleaned the whole house. Aside from that, that was just the thing that wowed me. Cleaned all the bathrooms, like, went as deep as you would want anybody to go. I can't, there was nothing I could have complained about when I came back to my house.
So when I see people when I hear about people getting people to come clean their house, people say they'll clean up for the cleaning people. Did you do that at all, or did you just kind of let it be?
We did a little. It was kind of, I told Victoria, my wife, I was like, hey, we have to at least, like, declutter. I was like, we can't expect them to clean around all this shit we have sitting on the counter or whatever. Like, they're not going to know what to do with these papers.
Right.
Like, we got to do something with these before they come over. So, like, we kind of did that. The first time we thought they were coming, because we tried to schedule and then we weren't able to. The first time we thought they were coming, my wife actually did, like, clean. Like, she, like, mopped the floors and, like, did all this shit.
You were here
like,
while they did it?
No, I left. Yeah, I left. I just
Feels awkward.
Oh, like to be here?
Well, yeah, but y'all know them.
Yeah. So my wife, I don't know if she grew up with the girl. I think she went to school with her. And then, like, they went to church together or something like that. They're good people. They're really good people. I don't know the name off the top of my head. Otherwise, I would shout them out, and I feel bad not knowing it. But it is on my Twitter. And if you do want to know or you want a recommendation, I'm happy to send them your way. So, but yeah.
I'll be looking into this.
You will. I have the prices and everything. I'll give them to you after.
Yeah.
You can dive into that.
You done with that? Talk about the house cleaning thing?
Yeah, other than the last thing. So here's the experience, right? I'll tell you, everybody here or everybody that's listening has probably walked into a hotel or a resort at some point in your life. And you've probably walked into bad ones too, but normally the good ones, you walk in and you're just like, man, like, this place is just so clean, like, so, like, it just feels nice. Like, the air is crisper because everything feels so damn clean, if it makes sense. Are you catching my drift? And that's how it felt when I walked in. I don't know if they turned down the air conditioner or like what they did. Like they opened the windows. Just the overall vibe of the whole house was totally different. So, and I can leave it at that.
I lost the bottle.
Oh, look at you. Use your teeth.
Yeah, that'll be great content. So going back to like things that, so there's a couple things I bought, kind of tying into this, that I knew I was gonna like, but now, like I like them even more than I thought I would, and there's no way I could ever live without them. Number one, the air fryer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everybody can relate to that. I don't think anybody knew when they got the air fryer that it was gonna change their life like it did. Like meal prep, throw some chicken breast in there, 20 minutes, bam, done. Ain't got to grill them or nothing. Love it. Everything's better in the air fryer. Number two, my robot lawnmower. It's essentially a Roomba that cuts my backyard.
Robot lawnmower. Every time you say this,
Listen,
I kind of chuckle. I'm like, God damn.
Anytime somebody comes over to my house for the first time, they look at my backyard because you can see it out the back door. It's got like a little base station.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that thing? They're like, is that a lawnmower? I'm like, yeah. I'm telling you. And the reason I have it, I was literally cutting my backyard one day, and I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. And like, I did want to pay somebody to do it. And I started thinking in my head, I was like, I could pay somebody $20, $40 to come cut my yard every week or whatever it is, right? Or I could just pay the money, get this lawnmower, let it do it. It cuts it every day. My backyard is always fresh unless it rains. I love it.
Every day.
Yeah, so what happens is it only cuts like 1/8 of an inch, right?
Okay.
So it does like half the yard. Because it does it so often, you can't tell that it's actually cutting it. You could tell like the first time, or if it it's rained a couple days now, so when it goes to cut it the next time, you'll be able to tell. But like my backyard always smells like fresh cut grass. It's great. I love it. And the last one, the wet vac, the thing that like vacuums and mops at the same time.
Really?
Love it. Love it. You got kids. You know, we ain't got time to do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you only got time to do one or the other. So we get one that does both. Love it.
Okay. I'm going to have to look into
There you
that.
go.
Because I felt weird about it at first. Like, I had a friend
Doesn't
who
do
had
carpets. So
Okay.
I got a carpet cleaner to do the carpets, but this one does like the tile, hardwood. Be great for your house.
And this concludes the adult edition of our podcast.
What the fuck is that bottle opener?
We lost the bottle opener.
Anyway,
we can move on to, or not move on. There's one more thing I can shout out. One more purchase that I really love that I don't like. I could live without, but I wouldn't want to. The Amazon Echo, or like Google Home or whatever, like any type of device in your kitchen.
We got HomePods.
Yeah. Like in anything with the screen where you can just be like cooking and be like, yo, give me this recipe or like play this or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
we don't have the one with the screen. We got the HomePods that just play the music, right? But we're looking at that one. It's like the Echo. It's like that 15-inch TV looking thing.
Yeah, well, ours isn't that big, but yeah,
and
we have like one of those.
Because we got like above our sink right now, we just got like a chalkboard with a calendar, and we were thinking about getting that and mounting that there, and you can put like it's got the sticky notes, so like if I need to leave a note for Courtney, put that on there. It's got the calendar with all the things.
I love it when it's so like trivial, right? And this is an older one. I think we have like the Echo 8 or something like that, but like. You can set reminders, like you can it shows like you random pictures, like memories throughout the day, and it's just like, oh, that's cool. Like it's just little nice stuff like that. But like if I'm sitting there like cooking and I'm like, man, I don't know the difference. Like I don't know how many ounces are in a cup.
Right.
Hey, Alexa, you know what I mean? It's just so easy. So easy. I love it.
Oh yeah. I mean, smart home stuff
All
in general.
All of it.
We got smart lights in the bathroom, and I got a little thing in there. So, like, Kason can't reach the light switch.
Right.
And now when he goes in there, when he opens the door, all the lights turn on. Goes to the bathroom, closes it,
and
turn off. Like, they're set to turn off, like, 10 minutes after the door closes. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, everything is automated in my house. Love it.
I love it, too. Same with, like, Sonos. Like, we have Sonos. I love Sonos. Yep. All the same shit. But anyways, we can move past that. Find the damn bottle opener, because I want to get to your topic.
I don't know what happened to it.
The fans are waiting.
It's gone. No, we can keep going. Whatever.
You're scrambling over there, man.
I'll just have to hang around and drink with you, I guess.
All right. You had a topic, but since you're a little frazzled, I'm just going to ask you a question. Are Froot Loops different flavors?
No. Yes. Why did I answer that so fast?
I don't know. Tell me more.
They are. No, they just, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They are.
Okay. So you're telling me that like the green Froot Loop and like the red Froot Loop are like different. They taste different.
That's my favorite cereal, by the way.
Okay.
I only eat Froot Loops and Frosted Flakes. So, fun fact about me. At least to me, they taste different. Now it's not like you get a red and blue Airhead, right, where you can tell that because they're all coated in the same sugar. But I think the underlying flavor is a little bit different. But you get all the flavors in one scoop, right? So you're not really experiencing it.
So does I disagree. I'll just start with that. Do you also think
You can disagree all you want. I think you're wrong.
do you also think a red M&M and like an orange M&M?
No, of course not.
Okay.
That's just color.
Okay.
That like my mom swears the brown M&M tastes more chocolatey than the other ones. Like that's just a color coating. That does not taste different. I think like Froot Loops are meant to be different fruits.
I don't think they are.
not?
I don't think they are. I think that they just can't serve you a freaking yellow cereal that all tastes
And if they
fruit,
want, if it
fruit
tastes
flavor.
good, I don't give a shit.
Because it's not going to sell as well. That's my take. I don't know. We'll check it later. Look at you. He found the bottle opener, guys. Anybody that's stuck with us this long, thank you, first of all. What else you got? You got
Google
one more.
it while I tell you my next topic.
You got one more.
Yeah, I had
and we'll
one more.
close it out.
So the topic is looking up a set list before a concert.
Ooh, I have thoughts on this. Okay, go ahead.
You want me to explain the context while you do that?
Yeah.
So this came about because got the wife tickets to Dylan Scott for Mother's Day. Patty's just going to be on stage singing.
I'll be there.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to come. Anyway.
I'm going to be performing.
Yeah. Anyway, a buddy of mine, we have this debate every time we go. He hates going to concerts with me because I like to look up the set list before I go. And it's because, I'll tell you both of our sides. It's because I want to know all the songs that are going to be there because I want to sing along. Like, I like that. I like the whole singing along with every single song. He doesn't like to because he likes to be caught off guard, like if there's any surprises. Like if they do a cover of something, right? Like he doesn't want to see it coming. Or he doesn't want to know if his favorite songs are going to be played. So what side do you fall on there? You're a big music guy.
His, unequivocally.
Really?
No question. Do you also look up the end of movies before you go watch them?
I would read Game of Thrones spoilers.
Why?
Well, so with Twitter, they kind of just happen.
Yeah.
And once I see the first one, I'm like, well, we're here. So, but no, it's different.
I don't think it is. Like I like the excitement of not knowing. Like I don't understand the nostalgia and the joy that hits when you're sitting at a random concert. Like I went to, and this is going to date me. I went to a Non-Point concert. If anybody knows who Non-Point is, I appreciate you. Contact me. We should talk more. But I'm going to a Non-Point concert, and they're like, they're like a fun, funky, early 2000s or mid 2000s rock band from South Florida. Anyways, they sing a lot of like politically charged shit. They opened with War Pigs, one random concert that I was at, and I just lost it. I don't even know why. I don't even really like War Pigs, but it was just like the shock of like this random cover, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I've also been to random, like I loved some of my favorite concerts were like I would go to Aaron Lewis, and I don't mean Aaron Lewis like country. I mean like he used to tour when he was still with Stained, and he would just do covers the whole time, and it would just be like a guy sitting on stage asking the concert what he should play, or asking the hall what he should play, not the concert. And I love that shit. Like it's just so much fun.
So this is it varies for me, right? So if it's somebody like one of my favorite artists, I don't look it up. I know every song. Like I don't need to look it up.
Now
right?
now there's nuances to this. I get that.
Right. So if I know every song, like if they're gonna do a cover, cool. Like catch me off guard with that.
Right.
What happens is, so like we're going to Dylan Scott. I know like the hits, right?
Right.
But I want to know what other little songs I want to be, because I don't like just standing in the crowd. Like it's cool to be like, oh, this is a cool song, and let me go hear it afterwards, right? But I like to be able to sing along to it, get into it a little bit, which I guess you could do if you don't know the words, but it's fun to sing along, right?
Yeah.
So if it's somebody that I'm in that I like, but I don't know every song, or somebody I'm just getting into, and I want to go hear some more stuff, like, oh, this is his main hits, or sometimes I won't even look up the set list. Right, if I don't look up set list, I'll go to Apple Music, and they got like the Essentials playlist, right? And it's like all their hits. So I'll go do something like that.
So I'll do that. I'm not gonna lie. I will.
That's a different conversation.
I will prep. I will prep for the concert, so to speak.
You listen to the whole way. You listen to him on the way to the concert.
I will. Yeah, I will listen to that artist randomly throughout the day. That day, the day before, whatever. On the way, it doesn't matter. Like I'll listen to them periodically, just to like, not get in the mood, but remind myself of like all these songs that maybe I forgot or maybe I didn't know. So similar mindset.
So like when we went to Garth Brooks, was that last year? Was that concert?
Did you need a reminder of any?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't look up a set list.
I was gonna say
right?
like that's one guy. Like
right.
You know.
I didn't look up a set list when I was in high school, and I went in high school and college when I went to see Mac. Didn't need to look up a set list.
Yeah.
Right. There's just, but we would.
So I get that then.
We would go to Hangout Fest, and they're taking me to see these like alt rock bands that I've never even heard of. And I'm like, all right, I need to look up the set list, see what I need to know,
right?
See if I like it, right?
So, sorry, I just hit the mic. So, I understand now where you're coming from because the way I look at it, right, is like, I probably wouldn't even go to those concerts. I probably wouldn't. I just had this discussion with Victoria, and you're gonna hate this because I know you're a big Jonas Brothers fan. She was. Little known fact.
Not a big
massive Jonas Brothers fan.
Like the year 3000 is my shit. I will tell you that right now.
Let me tell you why I know that song. My wife made me listen to it the other day, multiple times throughout the day.
Your wife has been messaging me about trying to go to the Jonas Brothers for a week.
She was trying to get me to go to the Jonas Brothers concert, and she didn't do it in a great way.
It was also me trying to get you to go to Dallas. Not even to go. Did she tell you about?
Then tell me that.
Finish your set, and then I'll tell you.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the whole story, and it's going to make more sense to you. So she's like, she's like, hey, the Jonas Brothers are touring, and I'm like, okay. This was a text, and I literally was like, okay. And then she's like, hey, they're playing in Dallas, and I was like, oh, cool. The fuck do you like? What do you want me to say? Like, anyways, the next day she's like, hey, tickets are going on sale. I was like, I have zero interest in the Jonas Brothers, babe. And then like she just continued, and so it was the first day, that conversation. The second day, hey, they're on sale. And within like 45 minutes, she was like, I have to buy tickets. And I was like, why? I want nothing to do with this. Like, if you could sell me on a good city, if you're like, hey, they're playing in like Austin, cool. Hey, they're playing in like,
we did look into Austin,
wherever. Like, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, that city's awesome. I'll go. I'll experience this concert. But like, I have zero interest in this band. I know none of their songs. I don't care. Like, don't sell me on the Jonas Brothers. I don't care.
Yeah. So the Jonas Brothers thing came up because Courtney, my wife, wants to go see the Jonas Brothers, right?
Okay.
And in my head, initially, I'm like, all right, I have to go too. And like I said, it's a concert, I guess, where they're doing all their albums. So you know you're going to get the old ones, which when we were young, those songs were just like in my life for whatever reason.
Don't say we.
We as in me and her.
Oh, okay. I'm
sorry.
Not me.
Yeah, you're older. You are older. So this is
to some of my friends out there that know me, that's a strong we.
Right. So you are older than I am at that point in time.
Right.
But like in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I'll hear and we're kind of casing kind of like my son kind of likes their like the older songs.
Yeah, I knew you told me that one.
So in my head, I'm like, all right, I'll hear the older songs. She likes all their newest stuff. I'm like, all right, we'll go to this concert together.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. And then Victoria tells me she wants to go to the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Courtney wants to go to the Jonas Brothers. So immediately, I'm like, all right, a plan can be made here. I knew they were going to Dallas. I texted my cousin-in-law. I said, would Abby, my cousin, his wife, I was like, would she want to go to the Jonas Brothers? And he's like, absolutely. And he said her sister would probably want to go too, and his sister. I was like, we have a plan now. We get...
No one informed me of any of this.
I told her to tell you. She didn't tell you, I guess.
No. At that point, it's a party. And I'm like, okay,
cool. No. This is another step. I said, the plan I have, we send all the girls to the concert. The guys can go have a night out in Dallas.
That's the thing. So she mentioned that, but she mentioned that way after the fact. That's a no-go with her. You got to learn her. She's not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to let my husband go do something, and I'm going to go do this. By her side.
You're gonna be the only one there because we going out.
No, I won't. That's why it didn't happen. I was like, babe, I have zero.
It still may happen for us.
Interest.
For me and Courtney.
You know what's funny is she's going. She has tickets
Good for her.
in Dallas. I don't.
You want to come to Dallas?
I don't. What Dallas? Why? Like that was my thing. Like,
well, you could go out in Dallas with people who know Dallas, and we'll probably bring you to fun spots.
I lived in Dallas.
Oh well, I don't know. They seem to have a blast.
I mean, there's fun stuff everywhere. Like, there's things to do, but I don't know. Anyways,
Dallas, bro.
Dallas. That's what we're talking about here. It's like Arlington. It's not even Dallas, which is probably nicer to be honest. But it is what it is. Yeah. That's all I got. I mean, it's not all I got, but we're at like 50 minutes. We probably shouldn't dive too much deeper. I do have something else coming up that I should call attention to this weekend. So probably the day after this comes out. I will be at the NOLA Flight 3-year anniversary party. I'm going to film some content there. I'm going to do some interviews just with different gamers and things of that sort. We're going to have some fun.
They should get introduced to one of our newer members, right?
They should. Yeah, Katie Ratio, right? Kate.
Yep.
Did I say that right? If I butchered it, I'm so sorry.
At least that's what it is
on Twitter. Yeah. That's what I mean. So, but yeah, so she'll be there. I'll get to introduce her to people, or they probably already know her. She'll introduce me. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to some folks, and I'm gonna bring my son. He's a big gamer, so it should be cool. It's a crawfish boil. All are welcome too. If anybody wants to come out, it's I think they're doing a crawfish cook-off. It's in Laplace. Go to that's NOLA Flight GG. I'm butchering all this stuff. We'll share the link. They're one of our partners. They're great people. I know we've done a lot of stuff with them. We shared a lot of stuff with them, but that's where I'll be this weekend if you want to see me and my family. So
I will not be there.
He will not.
Another crawfish bowl to go to for work. So Patty will be there without me, representing us.
Fuck yes.
You are the face of this podcast.
I'm the face that runs the place.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, man. We got some big things happening right now. We got some new people coming that will be announced soon.
Yeah, a few podcasts coming, actually. There's other folks that will be podcasting. I'm not going to throw them out there because I don't know how their plan is to announce or what they're doing. But
big plans coming. We got some new gear coming to do some more content.
Mm-hmm.
Still looking for somebody that owns a jet or a helicopter or an aviation vehicle of sorts. A boat would also work. I think you could do what we want to do with a boat, right?
Probably, yeah.
Point A to point B.
We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. We don't need to beg. We'll make it work. Yeah, so we're going to do that. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have anything else. I could drop some teasers, but there's nothing that's coming to my brain, so we'll save that for another time.
Yeah. No, I don't got nothing else either.
Cool. Well, until next time, you can follow me at the Patty V. You can follow him
at the Dave Rainey.
One thing we do want to call attention to: go like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. YouTube, subscribe on YouTube if you don't already. We're gonna do a giveaway soon. We just did a giveaway with the jersey. We're kind of giveaway happy right now, but it's gonna involve subscribing to YouTube. So if you don't already, go do it. Get ahead of the game.
And watch the videos. We're fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't like them, tell us. We are open to criticism.
Yeah, actually, 100%. I am malleable. I can be whoever you want me to be. No, I'm joking. I won't. Fuck you. We're also on every platform. So if you're more of an Instagram guy, we're there, or girl. If you're more of a Facebook person, we're there. TikTok, we post everywhere, all the shorts.
You're probably seeing us where you are frequent.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it because there's people that just came in. So, wherever you're most frequent, check it out.
Yeah, tell us. Give us just feedback, whether it's on Twitter. I see all the comments on YouTube. I send them to him because he doesn't see them that often.
Yeah, I don't look at YouTube.
Tell us what you'd like us to talk about. Whether you like us to force sports conversations or you like the random stuff.
Yeah, or just comment and keep saying that you're gonna try and get us to come on your podcast. Like, that's fine.
It will probably eventually wear us down and just be like, fuck it, here we come.
No, maybe it's fine. You don't know me. I'm talking shit to you. You don't even know me. That's all I got.
That's it. Follow at Be in the Know.
Yes, follow at Be in the Know. Everything funnels through there at the end of the day. You know, that's our network. You know, that's it.
That's a wrap. You didn't finish with your
until next time. Take care of yourselves.